Every now and then in football, you see a result that just makes you stop and ask, what on earth happened? A top team, playing at home, gets completely taken apart. Well, that's exactly what went down with Bayer Leverkusen. And today we're going to get right into the anatomy of that shocking defeat. So, let's just start with the number that says it all, 1-4. For a team like Leverkusen, a scoreline like this, especially at their home ground, isn't just a loss. It's a real shock to the system. It's a result that just begs for an explanation. And that's the big question we're diving into. How does a team that good suffer such a heavy defeat? Was it just a tactical masterpiece from the other side? A really, really bad day at the office? Or, were there some deeper issues going on? Let's break it all down. To really understand why Leverkusen lost, we actually have to start with Stuttgart's absolutely incredible start. The entire foundation for this wild result was built in a blistering first 45 minutes, where the visitors were just unstoppable. And look, you don't even have to take my word for it. Just listen to the opposing coach, Sebastian Hoeneß. He called his team's start almost perfect. I mean, when the other team's manager is saying that, it tells you everything you need to know about how sharp, aggressive, and just plain clinical they were right from the first whistle. And this timeline here, wow, it just shows you how quickly things completely unraveled for Leverkusen. Stuttgart's creating chances right away, then bam, 2 goals in just 10 minutes. Leverkusen tries to fight back, but a huge save shuts them down, and then the real killer blow. 2 more goals right before the half. It was just a total collapse. So by the time that halftime whistle blew, the scoreboard read 4-0. For all intents and purposes, the game was over. Stuttgart's coach even said later that this first half blitz was the entire basis for their win. Okay, so you're probably thinking this was some massive tactical failure, right? Well, according to Leverkusen's own coach, the problem wasn't about complex formations or high-level strategy. Nope, it was about something much more fundamental, the battle before the tactics. And this quote right here from Coach Kasper Hjulmand, this gets to the absolute heart of the matter. He's saying that all the tactics, all the X's and O's, all of it goes right out the window if you're not competing first. It's about winning your individual one-on-one battles. And on this day, his team just didn't. This slide puts it in such stark contrast. You see the Stuttgart staff praising their team's brave defending, how they won those man-on-man fights and turned them into scoring chances. And on the other side, Leverkusen was described as too poor in duels. They lacked intensity, and they just didn't react when they lost the ball. It may be the most telling part of all this. Coach Hjulmand was brutally honest about it. He admitted he didn't have some big, complicated explanation for why they lost. Sometimes the other team is just fundamentally better in the moments that matter most. And that's what happened here. But the story doesn't quite end with a lack of intensity. There was some really important context swirling around the team heading into this match, with their coach called personnel sorrows. And you really can't ignore it. I mean, you can just see the strain on the squad right here. They had last-minute issues with key players. Their main goal threat, Patrick Schick, was out. The veteran midfielder Axel Witsel, who brings so much control, also unavailable. On top of that, you've got key guys just getting back from the super intense Africa Cup of Nations. That is a recipe for disjointed performance. And this wasn't just some excuse from the losing side either. Even Stuttgart's coach, Sebastian Hoeneß, pointed it out after the match. He said Leverkusen was clearly battered by personnel concerns. So it was something everyone could see was affecting the game. So, after a defeat this heavy, where does a team go from here? Well, for Leverkusen's coach, the focus immediately flipped from why we lost to what do we do next? Coach Hjulmand talks a lot about the process. The whole idea is that for a developing team, especially a young one, these painful losses are just part of the journey. They aren't the end of the world, they're learning opportunities. They're a test of a team's resilience, of its character. And this quote just captures that mindset perfectly. He calls the loss a punch. Yeah, it hurts, it stuns you, but it's not a knockout. For him, the real measure of his team isn't that they got hit, it's about how they get back up. The bounce back, that's everything. And the plan for that bounce back is simple and immediate. With another game just a few days away, there was no time to sit around and feel sorry for themselves. The process is clear. Analyze what went wrong, learn from it, and then go out there and, as the coach said, show another face. Which leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? For a team with big ambitions, is a loss like this just a punch on the road to getting better? Or is it a true test, something that reveals a little bit more about what this team is really made of? As always, the real answer will be found out on the pitch. Thanks for joining me.